everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maddie, and today we are going to be letting my TBR jar pick my August TBR. I picked 7 books for my July TBR and I read 3 of them. So here are those books and their ratings. I actually did have a 5-star read in July from my TBR, so yay. Today we'll be picking 7 more prompts, and from these prompts I will pick a book that matches best to the prompt or a book that I want to read. Simple as that. Let's get into it. Prompt number 1 says a book that takes place in the Netherlands. I have had this prompt in this jar forever, and I can't believe I've never picked it. I made this prompt because if you don't know, I'm currently living in the Netherlands, and I've noticed from all the bookish content I consume, whether it's on YouTube or TikTok, Instagram, whatever, a lot of fictional books take place here. I read What Happens in Amsterdam last spring. That was such a fun summer romance. And I actually know of a few spookier books that take place here because one of my favorite booktubers, Heather McGlary, she read Blood on Her Tongue, I believe, last year and loved it. And I knew that name sounded familiar because I've actually seen that author's books in the bookstores here and they have signed editions. So I definitely think I might pick that one, but I know there are a few other options that I've added to my Goodreads in the last year or two. The other one that comes to mind is The Safe Keep, which is historical fiction. I also know The Black Tulip takes place here and we own that book because Sam actually read it. I don't know if I want to read that one. And the historical fiction book isn't speaking to me right now either. So I think I'm just gonna go with Blood on Her Tongue. I may be crazy, but I'm declaring August to be fall, just mainly because I'm over the heat. And what better way to kick off August and fall by reading a gothic horror novel? Hopefully I can get to this. This is the summary. The author is Johanna van Veen. I think I said that right, hopefully. The Netherlands, 1887. Lucy's twin sister Sarah is unwell. She refuses to eat, mumbles nonsensically, and is increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. The doctor has diagnosed her with temporary insanity caused by a fever of the brain. To protect her twin from a terrible fate in a lunatic asylum, Lucy must unravel the mystery surrounding her sister's condition. But it's clear her twin is hiding something. Then again, Lucy is harboring secrets of her own, too. Then the worst happens. Sarah's behavior takes a turn for the strange. She becomes angry and hungry. Lucy soon comes to suspect that something is trying to possess her beloved sister. Or is it madness? As Sarah changes before her very eyes, Lucy must reckon with the dark, monstrous truth or risk losing her forever. I'm excited to read this and talk about it because I've really only seen Heather mention it. And if it's really good, I want to support this author and promote their book. Prompt number 2. This one says, a book from the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge. Is this just going to turn into a fall video? That's fine with me. So if you don't know what the Rory Gilmore Reading Challenge is, basically, if you watch the Gilmore Girls show, one of the main characters, Rory, is known for always having a book in her hand, and someone went through all of the seasons of that show, however many episodes, hundreds, and they wrote down every single book she was pictured with and turned it into a list. And not only that, but you can actually take the quiz, and I mean, it's not a quiz, you just go through the list, check if you've read the book, and then at the end it will tally what percentage of Rory Gilmore's reading list you've read. I actually did this a few years ago and I posted a video for it. I had such a fun time filming that vlog. I posted it in the fall time because Gilmore Girls is known for having a fall setting since it takes place in a small town. And ever since then, I've wanted to film a video like that again. It's just, most of the books on that list are classics and I don't have the best time reading classics, sorry. Hand up, that's on me. But I do want to revisit this list and see if maybe I can film a video this fall. So I know for a fact, just based on previous research, The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath is on that list, and I do own that book. And also maybe Anne of Green Gables is on there. Let me double check. I'm curious about that one as well because I also have a physical copy of that. Okay, so Anne of Green Gables is not on that list, but I did confirm The Bell Jar is. So we're gonna go with that one. This is Sylvia Plath's only novel, and this is the summary. Working as an intern for a New York fashion magazine in the summer of 1953, Esther Greenwood is on the brink of her future, yet she is also on the edge of a darkness that makes her world increasingly unreal. Esther's vision of the world shimmers and shifts, day to day living in the sultry city, her crazed men friends, the hot dinner dances, ... Okay, we're reading The Bell Jar, a modern classic. Doing something crazy. Prompt number 3. This one says a book that has a TV adaptation. If you watched my TBR jar video last month, I think I picked Reread a Book, and from that prompt I picked The Love Hypothesis because I want to reread it before the movie comes out. I talk about this in every single video. I'm sorry, arrest me. And guess what? I didn't reread it last month. So I want to pick that one, but that's boring. I can't keep picking books and not reading them. Well, I guess I can because this is my YouTube channel, but I don't want everybody to hate me. I do have to say though, I have another book on my mind, and actually, I have it on hold through Libby, the library app, and I can get that book this week. And the TV adaptation might already be out or out in August. It's called The Last Sunrise by Anna Todd. If you don't know, Anna Todd wrote the After series that was originally on Wattpad and then traditionally published and then turned into a crazy movie series that I haven't even finished watching because there are so many movies, and honestly, they're all bad, but fun. You know, they're good, bad, and comfort movies, really. Just because the After series kept me reading in high school on Wattpad, I guess. So it will always be special to me. And I'll always think about that series and Tessa and Hardin and Anna Todd. So I follow her on Instagram, and whenever I saw that they were filming that movie, I told myself I need to read the book before I see the movie, duh. And now that it's coming out soon, or is already out, I don't know what's going on. I feel like I should pick that book because I still have a little bit of time to read this before September. Actually, not really. Actually, September is like tomorrow. But I do really want to watch The Last Sunrise soon because it looks like a perfect summer movie. I'm picking The Last Sunrise. I'm doing it, okay? I don't know what that book's about. Let's read the summary. A romance about a sheltered young woman whose life transforms during a summer in Majorca with a mysterious local. Between chronic health issues and an overprotective mother, 22-year-old Araya feels like she's stuck waiting for her life to begin. But when her mother's job takes them to Majorca, Rye knows this summer could be the start of her very own coming-of-age story. Fun. In her first small act of rebellion, she heads off to the beach alone and meets Julian, an infuriatingly charming Spaniard. Julian makes Rye feel even more naive and inexperienced than she normally does, but she can't tamp down her growing attraction. As the summer continues, Julian pulls Rye out of her shell and into the adventures she's always craved. But with her return to America looming, Rye must decide if she's brave enough to finally follow her heart and live for herself. That does sound like an Anna Todd book. Nothing against that. Nothing against that at all. Okay, let's read it. Prompt number 4. Perfect. A book from your July TBR video that you did not get to. Well, we have a lot to choose from, but the only 2 I really care about that I'm upset I didn't pick up, like I said before, The Love Hypothesis and The Burning Side by Sarah Damoff. The more I put off The Burning Side, the less I want to read it. I mean, obviously. Like if I don't read The Burning Side this month, I fear I might read it a year from now. Which is fine, but I don't know why I'm putting it off. That's a potential 5-star read since I gave 5 stars to The Bright Years, which is her debut novel. I'm gonna put it off again, and we're gonna pick The Love Hypothesis. A STEM romance, enemies to lovers. You guys don't need to hear me talk about this book. This book has been all over the internet forever. I recommend it. I'm excited to reread it. If I didn't say this before, this is a reread. I definitely said that. Am I okay? I will be reading this in August. Mark my words. That's a threat to myself. Prompt number 5. This one says a book that ends on an even page number. I don't feel like going through my Kindle, so I'm going to pick the first book that comes to mind on my bookshelves, and it better have an even number because I don't feel like doing the research here. 1-star romance. I saw somebody talk about this recently, even though this book came out a few years ago, and so now it's kind of back on my radar, especially since I am making my way through my physical TBR, and it better end on an even page number. It does! It ends on page 380. Amazing. I got it from Book of the Month forever ago. This is the summary. Natalie and Rob couldn't have less in common. Natalie's a messy artist and Rob's a rigid academic. The only thing they share is their devotion to their respective best friends who just got engaged. Still, unexpected chemistry has Natalie cautiously optimistic about being maid of honor to Rob's best man. Until, shortly before the ceremony, Natalie learns that Rob wrote a 1-star review of her new novel. This has them both reeling, Natalie from imposter syndrome and Rob over the reason he needed to write it. When the reception ends, these two opposites hope they'll never meet again. But as they slip from their 20s into their 30s, they're forced together whenever their fast-track best friends celebrate another milestone. Through housewarmings, life-changing triumphs, and failures, Natalie and Rob grapple with their own choices and with how your harshest critic can become your perfectly imperfect match. After all, sometimes even the truest love stories need a bit of rewriting. Okay, so enemies to lovers in a fun rom-com? What could be better? 380 pages for a romance is kind of long though. Whatever, we'll give it a chance. Prompt number 6. This one says a Kindle Unlimited book you already have downloaded on your Kindle. I want to go with a thriller for this one, just to switch things up. I have The Girl Who Was Taken by Charlie Donnelly. I read 20 years later in July, and I picked it for my July TBR video, and I gave that book 5 stars. And it was a thriller. Loved it, read it in 2 days. And this is another book by that author. We have a fantasy, A Game of Cat and Witch. I saw a booktuber wrote this, or maybe Bookstagrammer. I don't know. Somebody in the bookish community, so I wanted to support them. We have Flock downloaded by Kate Stewart. Her Soul to Take, a dark romance. I've had that downloaded forever too. I'm definitely between Her Soul to Take or The Girl Who Was Taken. I think I want to do the dark romance. Let's do it. Her Soul to Take. Let me find the summary. I think it's about a demon or something. Words I should not be saying on the internet. And it's part of a trilogy. And I know Heather McLary liked this book as well. And I love Heather McLary so much. Okay, yeah, it is about a demon and a demon hunter. I think this summary is in the mind of the demon, okay? So bear with me here. I earned my reputation among magicians for a reason. One wrong move and you're dead. Killer, they called me, and killing is what I'm best at, except her. The one I was supposed to take, the one I should have killed, I didn't. The cult that once controlled me wants her, and I'm not about to lose my new toy to them. Okay, wait, and then it switches to her point of view in the summary. Ray is her name. I've always believed in the supernatural. Hunting for ghosts is my passion, but summoning a demon was never part of the plan. Monsters are roaming the woods, and something ancient, something evil is waking up and calling my name. I'm terrified. I don't know who I can trust or how deep this darkness goes. All I know is my one shot at survival is the demon stalking me, and he doesn't just want my body, he wants my soul. You know what? It sounds entertaining. Let's read it. I haven't read a dark romance in a while, so I'm excited. And last prompt. This one says a fall book. I just picked so many fall books. Why am I acting like August is fall? It's still summer. It's still summer, but I'm ready. Can you tell a girl's ready? Okay, I have another book in mind because when I think of fall, I also think of fantasy, dark romance, thrillers, but we already have a thriller. Or wait, no we don't. I have an idea. I was going to pick this book I saw on BookTok a week ago and add it to my Goodreads because it's fantasy and that makes me think of fall. I guess none of these books are technically fall themed. It's just what I think of fall in my mind. How many times did I just say fall? Anyway, that book is called Web of Vows and Vengeance. It's the first book in a series and it's on Kindle Unlimited. It came out this year. I've heard amazing things about that, but I also kind of want to pick a thriller. And you know, the author I mentioned earlier, Charlie Donnelly, not the book I have on Kindle Unlimited, but I actually have a library hold on one of his more popular thrillers, at least one that I've seen people talk about, and that one is called Guess Again. It's ready for me now. I just need to unsuspend my hold. So I think I'm going to go with that book for a fall book because I think of thrillers when I think of October, you know, I don't know, spooky season. Basically, we are following a retired detective looking into a decade-old cold case. And the cold case is about a 17-year-old girl that vanished in a Wisconsin lake town. That is our final book we are reading in August. So the 7 books I will hopefully be getting to in August. We have Blood on Her Tongue, The Bell Jar, The Last Sunrise, The Love Hypothesis, One Star Romance, Her Soul to Take, and Guess Again. I'm so excited about this TBR. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe down below. It would make me so happy. I do post a bookish video or reading vlog once a week. Follow me on my other social media accounts. And other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.